Hello and welcome to this YouTube channel. My name is Nzangi from QuantBuild.co.ke. In this video tutorial, I'll be showing you step-by-step process of how to develop a floor plan in ArchiCAD 24. So what I'll do is I'll start by showing you this very plan that we are going to replicate. It's a 3-bedroom residential house with an open plan layout. This is where you the dining room and the lounge and the kitchen area are all separated by dwarf walls. So as you can see, hope you're able to see this from your screens. That is the plan that I have developed. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. So we begin by closing this project. So I'll go to File and I'll click on Close Project. And when that project is closed, we will now create a new project. So I'll go back to File here, New Project. So this is a new project creation. Settings. So here we have we are creating a new project from a template, and this template is the ArchiCAD 24 template.tpl. You can also choose if you want to create the new project based on the latest project settings. And what this means is that this will create a new blank project without changing ArchiCAD's current settings. Current settings are for the project that we had opened. That means it is going to import those settings to the new project. But now what I want is use this ArchiCAD 24 template, and the work environment, I'll change that to default. Then click on New. And ArchiCAD is now creating a new project and opening the project for us to be able to now start working on it. So when that is done, we will start by doing some project customizations, and we will start by the basic settings such as settings for working units, settings for dimensions, and settings for project information and project location settings. So this is ArchiCAD 24 open. Yes, you can see we have all this blank workspace at the center, the white one. We have our design tools in the left side. We have the project map on the right side. And at the top here we have all the ribbons and then the toolbars that we require to work on our project. So what I will do is I will start by deleting these elevation viewpoints that are here. You can see this is not elevation. We have these 4. I don't want to use this for my project. So what I will do is I will select them like that, then right click and choose delete. I will delete viewpoint, delete anyway. So when those are deleted, you see in the action center here, we have some issues. And the issues that are there is some drawing sources are missing, unavailable, hidden, or in legacy format. And the issue center here, the action center is suggesting for us to open the drawing manager to review the items and resolve the problems if necessary. So what I'll do is I'll select drawings and double click to open it. Then I'll see the ones that have the missing status. I'll just delete them from the project. So delete the elevations from the project. So I'm doing this because at the end of it, when we create our project, I want us to have custom elevations and I'll show you how to do that and how to edit all those drawings. So when you are done, you close this and you recheck, and when you look at it now, everything is okay, because you're being told the results are all drawings are placed in the project up to date. So we go back to the ground floor view, and first setting is options, project preferences, and working units. So because we are using the international version for ArchiCAD 24 international version, the ArchiCAD 24 default template usually has the international measurement units. That's millimeters, square meter, cubic meters, decimal degrees, and millimeters for layout units. And this is what corresponds to the standards for my country. So if you are working, or rather if you are working using different standards, you can be able to click on these drop downs and select any of these units to use for your project. So if you want to use square feet, square millimeter, square centimeter, that will be in order. So that's how to do the working settings. So without changing anything, I'll just click cancel. So if you had changed something here, you'll be required now to click on OK, so that those settings are saved. So the next one is options, project preferences, and dimensions. And I want us to use millimeters for our dimensions with the 0 decimal places. I'll click on OK. So make sure that one is saved. And options, project preferences, I'll go to set project north. So this is going to be our north. Just I'll put it as normal as that. I'll go back to project location and project name, click on edit. Now right here the project is proposed residential development. What is the project ID? Let's say all we have is the status is design, and project number we give it QBA. We have a 001 2020. I think that's okay for now. As you can see under project details, you also have other information such as site details. You can give this, you specify the site name, the site description, full address, gross perimeter, and site gross area. You have other details for the building, such as building name, building descriptions, ID, and the building custom information that you want to have. And there are contact details for the person that is now working on the design. And if you want to edit this, you click on these 3 dots here. Then now this pop-up comes. You'll be able now to specify the title of the person. So let's say I'm the one who is the contact person for this project, and that is my name, and I'll click OK. And my role here is I am the designer, and what is the contact company? You write the name of the company. You see it, QuantBuild. Click OK. So that's how to do it. You can also see here we have options for putting the email for the contact person. So that is my email. In case you also want to contact me and ask for help, you can use this email. It's very operational. So we also have details for the client's full name, client's company, full address, email, and phone number, etc. So when you are done with that, you click OK. You'll be able to see this information here. We have site full address. Click on edit, and let's say this site is along Nairobi, Thika Highway, and the postal box is 29822. The city is Nairobi. The province is Nairobi. Postal code is 00100, and the country is Kenya. So I set that as the address. Click OK. You'll be able to see now the address appearing there. We have the latitudes and longitudes for the exact site location, and time zone. So time zone for the project is UCT, so that's Nairobi. We also have a height above sea level, should be specified there. And all this information, you can be able to capture the most accurate information for the project by navigating to Google Maps. So what you do is you click on show in Google Maps. If you click on this one is going to take you to Google Chrome and load Google Maps for that location. But right now, because I am not connected to the internet, that's why you are seeing this error. So I'll close this, click on OK. We have our project set. I'll go to view and enable construction grid display. Then from there, I will suggest that we save our project. So from the keyboard, Control S, and then I'm saving this as ArchiCAD 24 floor plan tutorial file. Tutorial options for compressing the file, and I'm saving this as a ArchiCAD solo project. Click on save. So now when that is done, we should now begin working on the project, and we'll begin by doing the walls for our plan. So under design, choose architectural tools, then the first one, which is wall, click on it to activate it. Then we go here to the settings dialog for the wall. Click on settings dialog. I will choose here where we have top link. I will choose not linked, so that I'm able now to change, or rather to take control of the exact height of the wall without it being influenced by the story heights. And I'll choose the first one, structure basic. Then I'll change thickness here to 200 millimeters. And after that, under floor plan and section, I will come down here. Some options that I want to use, and this is let's say this one, cut fill pens. I want to have both and then under foreground pen I will choose number 1, and cut fill background pen I will also choose number 1. Then click on OK. So what happens is, this is our wall now when we have done all those settings. See, it comes in a very good shade. So I delete this because that is not what I wanted to do. Before we start, okay, this project is a one floor project. It's not a multi-story project. So all I want to do is go to settings down here, and I only want to have the ground floor. I want to have the roof area and nothing up there. So what I'll do is select this and click on delete story, then click OK and delete anyway. And I have on the project map I only have the roof area and the ground floor. So my action center is saying some drawings are missing, so I'll go ahead and delete that from the directory. And when you check, everything is now okay. Go back to ground floor, and this scale is, of course we are using a scale of 1:100 as you can see down here. So I'll start by, let's say I'll use a line, documenting tools line. My wall is going to start here and go for 12,500. That's 12.5, and the rest should be 7,400. So that is just to help me know the exact place where I want to place the walls. So under design, architectural tools, wall, and then I'll have my first wall here. The dimensions is 12.5 meters. I'll also have the other wall here, 7,400. Then when I'm done, I can just do away with the lines. So we also have a wall at the center. So what I do is I'll select this, then I'll move a copy. So drag a copy of this wall, and I'll put it at 3.6 meters from the first one. Also drag a copy. I drag a copy of the same wall and then put it at 3.6 meters spacing also. So when that is done, you can be able now to close this with the wall also. Activate wall tool, close there. So now we are starting to create rooms. So the first room is at this very corner, and the internal dimensions are 2.9 meters. So I'll use a line 2.9 meters, and that means my wall is going to come up to that place, and the internal wall which I am talking about is 100 millimeter thick. So what I'll do is I'll have a wall there, then I will move it a bit. So drag to that point. Then when the wall is selected, as you can see, I will open the settings dialog and change this thickness here to 100 millimeters, and then move this wall back to to the right location. Should be where the line starts. So that's where that wall is placed. Then I can now be able to move this up to that point. And at the center here, we have a corridor. That corridor is 1 meter. The corridor is 1 meter wide. So I'm going to drag a copy. Escape. I'm going to drag a copy of this wall towards this direction, and I will move it by 1.2 meters. Then I will change the thickness of this wall to 100 millimeters for partitioning. Now we'll adjust it to that point. And I will also adjust this other wall to this point. Select intersect option. So we also have another wall here. Let's say it should be 100 millimeters, of course. So change this to 100. Click on OK, and I'm going to move it by 900 millimeters. So drag, specify the distance as 900 millimeters. So when it is placed there, now this is the one that is supposed to extend up to that other point. And at the back here, this wall, we split it into two, so that these two walls intersect at that point, and then this moves towards the inside by 1500 millimeters. Let me see whether the dimensions are okay. So when I measure from here to here, should be take it back by 300, should be 1200. Yeah, that's okay. Delete this. Delete. And I'm going to trim this wall to that point. Then I'll use a line tool, and the line is found under documenting tools. Then we have a line. Now draw from there while holding the shift key down. I'll make an intersection, and then at this point I want us to have a column at this point for supporting the roof. So we go to design, structural engineering tools. I think we will find that under architectural tools. Then we have a column. And after that I will go to the settings dialog for the column. I will change these dimensions as 200 by 200. That's the cross section, and unlink from the top. Click on OK and place it here. So move this point there. Now, because if you look at it, the pen tool for the column looks a bit different from what we have for the walls, and we want some consistency. So I will select the column as I have done, clicking on the shift button, holding the shift button down on your keyboard. Of course, I'm using a Windows laptop. So shift down, then click on it using your mouse, and go to the settings dialog. We have floor plan and section options. And then we have override cut fill pens. You don't have an option, so here we have either you can put none, you can override the options for the foreground, the background, or both of those options. So I will select both, and I'll be able now to change every option to the color that I want. So that's for us. That's the column. Click OK, and you see now the changes have been effected. So we are done with that point. The next is, here we have a small house or room, which is going to be the next bedroom, and the internal measurement is 3 meters. From this wall to the next wall should be 3 meters. So we control, or we drag a copy of this by how many meters? Let's take it 3100 and replace it there. Let me just confirm the dimensions for this. This should be moved back by 100 millimeters. So that's 1000. Then we do away with that dimension. Select the two, intersect. Then select this. Move it with your mouse using the stretch option. Make sure that it intersects with the other one. The next option is for us to now be able to create the other room. So the spacing in between these two walls is 1.3 meters. So right click, drag a copy, I'll move it by 1400. I'll move the next also by 1400, and I will have created these rooms. So this wall is supposed to extend up to this point. Make sure it is intersecting with the other wall. Then this wall at the center here is extending up to that point, intersecting with this internal wall that is 200 millimeters thick. Then from this point we have a 1500 space. That space is for the external, the entrance porch. So we'll have 1500 there. Specify it using that line. The line is going to act as a guide for me. Then I'll move this wall backwards. I'll draw another wall from here to here. Move it towards the inside by 200 millimeters. That's it. We should be having, let me activate the line tool, look for the intersection of these two, and I'm going to select this column and drag a copy of the column from here to that point. So I can now be able now to trim those lines. So as you can see, we have our external and internal walls in place. In this video tutorial, I want us to continue from where we left, and we will start by naming, or rather labeling our rooms. And there are two ways to do this. You can use the zone tool, which will be a bit better because it will be putting dynamic information in your project, and you'll be working in a smart way, the one that is referred to the building information modeling way, because you can be able to extract these zones as schedule information that you can use for quantity takeoff. But to make it simpler, because we are developing a plan, we are not building a BIM model. So what I'll do is I'll use the documenting tools, and in this case I will activate the text tool. So I'll go to document, and the documenting tools, I'll click on text to activate it, and then I will go to the settings dialog for the text. This is the text default settings, and the first thing I will change is this, which is the font. I like using a Montserrat font, the one here, and I will change this to, don't know, Central European is okay. This does not affect anything in my project whether it's Western or Central European. I don't know whether it matters. And then for the pen, I will go for number 8. I will have this as 1.8. This I'll remove the bold. And what else? I think that's okay. All these settings are okay. Click on OK. So the very first one is this room, which is going to be my bedroom 01. This other room is going to be bedroom 02. This here is going to be our master bedroom. That's our master bedroom. We'll have a shower here combined with the washroom, and we'll also have a shower here combined with the washroom. At this point will be our entrance, so we'll have that marked as entry, and when we enter the house we will have a sitting area, which I'll call a lounge. We'll have a dining area, which I will mark as dining, and we'll have a kitchenette, a small kitchen. Then we'll have a rear porch, or we can have this as the kitchen yard. Let me call it kitchen yard. So that's how to do it using the text tool, and that's done. So number 2 is now putting the openings, what we refer as to architectural fenestrations. This is the doors and the windows. So I'll start by having the doors in place. So doors are under architectural tools. We go to design architectural tools, we activate the door tool, and then door default settings by clicking on this. Then I will use door number 24, this style, with the width of 0.9 meters and 2.1 meters as the height of the opening. Seal to story height 0, and reveal to wall will be also 0. Under hinged door settings, we have door leaf I will scroll down to style number 34. That's my favorite. I will check the handle as handle number. Let's use number 6. The door opening type is side hang with a simple rebate frame, and that's okay for now. We click OK. Then I have a door here when we are entering the house, and let's move it closer to the wall, then adjust this by 0.3 meters from the wall so that there is a clear entry point. From that entrance we'll have another door from the kitchen side. Hope this is already selected, so we place it there. It's opening towards the inside. Move it to the wall, then select that, delete. So we have the door to the kitchen. We have a door from this point opening to that bedroom. Let's see if we can make this closer to that wall. We should be having a door to this bedroom from this point. So design tools, door, bring it closer to that point, click, and then click to place it. We also have a door here opening to the inside. We have another one opening to the inside, and we have another one here also opening to the inside of that room. So as you can see, we have our doors in place. I'm only adjusting them to desired location. I want this to be from that point. I want this to move closer to the wall. I also want to move this closer to this part, closer to this wall. Adjust this here, closer to that. So that's done. That's done. We should be having an empty opening from a dining room connecting that area to this passage that circulates to the bedrooms and the washroom area. So I'll go to design and architectural tools. We have a door, and under door default settings I'll be able to select an empty opening, and this is archtop door opening 24. Click OK. Now place it here, and I will select it. Adjust it to that point so that we have a clear opening. And I'll delete these lines which I was using as the guidelines, and I will mark this that way. Select the lines, change the line to Eden line. Okay, so that's it for the doors. The next point or the next option is to have the windows in place. So I go to design, architectural tools, and activate the window tool. Go to the Windows default settings and have window 24 selected. Then I'll be placing these windows randomly. Then after that, we are going to get into the default, the basic, the advanced settings now for the windows. So we have a window there. We have a window there. We have one at bedroom number 2. We have a window for the washroom and another one for this other washroom. We have a window 1 for the master bedroom at that point. We have one near the lodge area. We have another one near the dining room area, and we have another one at the kitchen area. So that's how to put the windows in place. So the next thing for the windows is we need to have some settings for them, because if you look at our model in 3D, which I am activating, sorry for that, if you look at it, they don't really look like they are optimized for the house. So like this is this very big one is a window for the washroom area. In terms of privacy, such an opening is not the best for that type of room use. So what we do is we get back to the floor plan. Let's say we select these two, start with. We go to the default settings dialog box. We have let's say we have 750 by 750, and then fill to story height should be, if we have 1350, this is going to give, because now the height of the window and the seal to story height should give me the height from the floor level to where we have the lintel, which should be 2.1 meters. So if I add this, it's 2.1 meters. Then I want this window to open as a top arm. The other setting for such uniform frames, go back to search options, and I have this as HV grid, and this is 3.3. We go to fixtures and fittings. I have the seal options, check that as okay. We want to have the seal and we want to have a window board. Click OK. You'll notice some changes to the plan. Let's say reveal to wall core 30 centimeters. That's okay. If we get back to the 3D view, you will see some changes, and that's okay for our house. So the next part is the windows for the bedrooms. So I'll select all windows for the bedrooms, and I'll go to the default settings, and I will change this here to 900. So 2.1 minus 0.9, the height should be 1.2, and the width is 1.5 meters. These windows have a fixed search. We can have side arm mirrored, and we can activate seal. Let's say we're going to have a seal. Let's go back to this. We put a seal board or window board, sorry. And the other option is search option, which search type is HV grid as in place, and the reveal to wall core, this one here, I will have 30 millimeters. Click OK. See, everything is adjusting. That is in order. The next is a window for the kitchen area. I have 900. This is 1200. This is also 1200. Change this to side and mirrored. Go to search options, have HV grid. Then under fixtures and fittings, we select to have a seal and a window board, and click OK. Go to the dining area and the lounge area. That can be as low as possible. So we can have a seal to story height of 750, and we can have 1350 for the height of the window and 1500 for the width. Let this be side hang mirrored. We go to frame and sash. We have uniform frames. Back to the sash options, and the sash type here is HV grid with this number of panes vertically and horizontally. And also under fixtures and fittings, let's select seal and window board and click on OK. So we've done settings, advanced settings for the windows, and everything is now in place. The next thing that we are going to do is have interior furniture for our rooms. Then from there we can be able now to put the dimensions in place and have our plan complete. So I'll start with the bedrooms. We should have beds, and this is found under design, architectural tools, objects, interior furniture. So when you have the object default settings open, there is this search bar up here. You click on it and search for bed. So I'll type bed. We will have these options, and I want to have a double bed. I will choose this, click on OK, then I'll place it here, select it, Control Shift E, Control E for rotation. Now rotate it, Control D, and move it to this point. Let's go back to the settings. I'll have this as 0. Under floor plan and display, I want to check override object line types and override object pens. Then I'll change this pen to pen number 1. Click OK. I have my bed for the bedroom number 1 in place. Change this as 1.6 meters. Now I can drag a copy of this, drag a copy of this to that bedroom, and also a copy of that to this other bedroom. place it there. So we have beds in place for the 3 bedrooms. Now we come here to the wet area. We need to have a we need to have a WC. So I search WC and I get this. Change this to 0. Click OK and place it here. So I'll drag it to wall position. Now be able now to have that spaced 350 millimeters from the wall. Because whatever is on this side is supposed to be on the other side, all I'll do is now right click with this selected, right click here, go to move, and then I will mirror a copy of that. So a copy of that, then move it to touch the wall that way, so that when we are having a waste pipe, it's going to be shared between these 2 sanitary appliances. The other one is a washout basin for that area. So I'll search basin and choose basin 24, and floor plan and section. I'll go to simple settings and I'll check override object line types and override object spans. With that, I have that as pen number 1. Click OK and place it here. And now right click, move, mirror a copy. Have a copy of that mirrored to the other side and move it to that point. And select these 2. Select these 2. Go to the settings dialog. Under floor plan and section, activate override object line types and pens. Then have this as pen number 1. Trying to have everything customized. So this is the shower and this is the washroom area, and what we are going to have is a shower heads. So let's look for shower. If you can find a shower kit, that will be the best. This one, shower kit, and I'll place it here, and the other one should be placed here. So select this, rotate, or rather mirror, just mirror, then drag it to that wall point. Because this door is opening closer to that, we move them towards the inside by a few millimeters, and then we will have a sanitary appliances for those rooms in place. So what we've done is, as you can see here, we have a WC, we have a washout basin, and we have a shower kit for both this and the other one, because this is used by the people in the master bedroom, then this one is shared by people in the lounge and these other 2 bedrooms. So from there now we can go to the kitchen area. Hi and welcome to part 3 of our ArchiCAD 24 floor plan tutorial. We continue with developing the plan, and right now we are working on the kitchen area. And as discussed in the last video, we had agreed that we need a worktop for the kitchen area. We need a place for the sink where we will be washing the utensils, and a cook pit where we will be cooking our food. So this worktop is going to cover the entire of this area. It's going to be an inverted L shape, and from the wall going to be 600 millimeters of 600 millimeters from this wall. So we're using a line. I'll be able to now mark where 600 millimeters is. Then I can draw this. So that's where my worktop is going to reach. I'll also want to have it here, 600. Then it will move and join the other side. So I'll take this and this line and intersect them. I need to change the color to that one. Now move this by a bit, let's say 150 millimeters, and have it as pen number 1. So let me move this to that point. So as you can see, we are having a wall that is separating the kitchen from the dining area. I want this wall to just be an half wall, moving from there will be an opening here, then the wall will extend from this point to this other point. And I want us to have a half wall, the ones that are called dwarf walls, so that when you are in the kitchen, you are able to see the other area. So what we'll do is we select this wall and use this split tool and split it. Then we adjust this wall now to that, so that we have an opening, and this opening reaches that point. Do away with this line. So when the opening is reaching that point, we need to select this wall, go to the settings dialog for the wall. This is wall selection settings, and change this height to 900. That's 0.9 meters. Click OK. You will see something has changed, and that's how I want it to appear. So as earlier discussed, we are going to have a sink for the kitchen put near this window. So what do? We go to design, architectural tools, object, and object selection, object default settings. We have the search bar. Be able to search for sink, and I want to use this type of a sink, this one, which is cabinet base triple door 24. Override all the settings, click OK, then place it here. Select Control D. Should move up to that point. Should drag this, select. So we have now this is our sink, kitchen sink. This is where we'll be washing our utensils, and we have a view to the outside. This is the view through the window, overlooking the kitchen yard, which serves as a rear porch for the house. So in this other point here, we will have a cookpit. So I'll search cookpit, and we have a built-in 24. I select that, place it here, and move by rotating. So rotate it to face that area, and then adjust it to fit. Be cooking from this point. So I want us to be cooking from this point. So if you look at it now, we have a complete kitchen. We have a worktop for preparing our ingredients. We have a cookpit where we'll be cooking our food, placing the pot here, or the sufurias, and we have a kitchen sink where we'll be washing our dirty utensils. From there we go to the dining area, and the dining area has a dining table and some chairs. So this is found under furniture layouts. So we go back to that. In the settings, I want to click on this folder view subtype and look for kitchen, no, not kitchen cabinet, but look for, we are looking for what? We are looking for furniture for the sitting room, rather for the dining room. We have cabinets and shelves, we have chairs, couches, furniture layouts. Yeah, that's it. And then we will select this one, dining table rectangle, place it there, select, move by dragging, and place it in a good position, like I want it to be placed there, and just to move closer to the external wall. Now also adjust this text to that point. So we have our dining area in place. So the next is furniture for the lounge. And furniture for the lounge, so we get back to design, architectural tools, object default settings. Furniture for the lounge, now we want to have what? We'll have a table and some sofa sets. So let's go to tables. Tables, we have we can use which table here? We can have the designer table, place it here, go back, we look for some other furniture, couches and sofas, and there is this sofa, let's take this 24. We'll have that. Then we'll have just a small one, just a small seat. Let's say we take this sofa chair 05 and have it here. So we need to now arrange this well. So drag this to fit inside the house. Let's say we have it at that point. Then we mirror a copy of that. Right click, move, select mirror copy from that point to that, so that we have that. Then we'll be able to select this. Sorry. Right click, move, rotate it to face that way, then move it to the inside, can bring our table at the center here. I can also be able to adjust this text, let's say to that point. So if you look at our plan now, which is very complete now. Let me just zoom in, sit in or out, expand the view. So you're able to see we have our rooms in place. We have all the furniture that we require. We've labeled them with the doors and windows. So before now we end the video, and I want to show you how to put dimensions in place. So the dimensions are part of documenting tools. So we activate that by going up here under documenting tools. We'll choose dimension, then go to the settings dialog, which is the dimensions default settings. For this, we'll choose this custom height as the witness line, and we'll have these pens selected. I want to have the font as Montserrat. You can see that anywhere. Scroll down, that's in place, and this to be 1.6. Use this within the line, and 46, I think that's okay. Click OK. Then the first line of dimensions is usually for marking the openings. Like, I'll just click on where we have the openings, this and the other one, and I will have that placed there. The next will be for the thickness of the walls, and the very last one is for the overall dimension. So that's it. You can be able to select them and move them away from move them to a point like that. So in the case where you find that you have put a dimension and you are having something like this, 959, and all we want is to have some whole numbers, you can adjust this by, let's say you can move this wall or this window from this point to, let's move by 41, and you have this adjusted well, fitting well. You can also be able to adjust this by this 49, and you have the dimensions now appearing correctly. So that's how to put dimensions, and I hope you will be able now to work on the other ones, like let's say internal dimensions for these spaces, and place it at a point like that. You will also need to put in place dimensions for this. That's to show the sizes of these rooms, internal sizes. You can also move that to this point. You can have such a dimension. So it's really something that is very easy, something that you can be able to do. And I hope up to this far, you are now able to create a floor plan in ArchiCAD from scratch, put your walls, your windows and doors, your furniture, text, the annotations and dimensions in place, and be done. So that's it. I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please give it a thumbs up, like it if you like it, and also I'm requesting you to consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. It helps me grow the community and helps me know that I'm making tutorials that people love watching. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.